Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So apparently, my earpods are not connected. I can hear myself echo, so let's try this again. I actually have my fan on in the crack room, so I really do need these because it is a little toasty. Let's see if it is going to connect. If it doesn't, we are just going to go with it. Okay, I think they connected. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hopefully you guys had a good day. If you were in your craft room, that makes it a spectacular day. I didn't get hardly any time out here. I was able to do the Facebook Live, and that's about it. But that's okay. There's always tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. I am off on Friday, so I plan to crank some more amazing retreat stuff out on Friday. Anyway, today's project, I am using the Sweet Jars bundle. I decided to revisit this bundle because in the new online exclusives, there is a Christmas set that matches the punch. So that is going to be the Designing Damsel kit that hopefully, cross your fingers, gets emailed out on the 15th. I don't personally do the emails for the three of us, so I have to wait for it to be done. But it's usually done right about the 15th, so I will email it out. I was hoping to get it done early, but it didn't work out like that. So as soon as it is out, we are going to be doing a Christmas in July using the new Sweet Jars Christmas set that is coming out. So I wanted to kind of get your guys' feel on it. And if you already own it, amazing. If you don't, we're going to offer this bundle included in or as an add-on to the Designing Damsel. So if you don't have it yet, don't worry about it. You will have the opportunity to purchase it with the entire kit and caboodle. So anyway, yes. Hello, Heather. Welcome. So let's point you over and we will get started. Let's make sure I am live on my Facebook. It is a little warm today. We actually were able to get into the pool. I don't even know. Today's Tuesday. So we got into the pool on Sunday. Didn't make it out there yesterday. Didn't make it out there today. But the water feels amazing. And I'm super sad we didn't make it out there today or yesterday. But here is the set that I am going to be playing with tonight and on Thursday. I have actually used all of the pieces except the heart, which we are going to use tonight. I didn't prep that one, so it will work out. I actually used this set in card class on Saturday, doing a fun fold with it. So I'll just kind of explain it a little bit. So you have your cookies and you have your chocolate chips that go on top of your cookies. You have your clovers, and this is the piece that goes over the clover. And then you have the hearts, and this actually coordinates with both of them. So it coordinates with the clovers and the hearts is this image right here. You do have the sweet jars, and the punches this out, and the little topper, the jar lid. You can add candles to it. You have lots of fun little sentiments up here. So it is a very versatile set, and we do not ever really have St. Patrick's Day stuff, so I really like this, and it's in the annual catalog, I think. Cross my fingers, don't quote me on that, but we'll be able to use it for St. Patrick's Day next year as well. So the paper I decided to bring in was the new Brights 6x6. I am obsessed with Brights. If I could have every single thing in our Bright color collection, I definitely would. But I'm not afraid of color. I do love color. So I pulled in the Brights collection, so you can really pick any one of these colors to create the cards that I've done. So you have the greens for St. Patrick's Day, you have the reds or the poppy, you have the purples, the melon mambos. You can do that for Valentine's Day. And you can make lots of masculines with the blues as well. So I think this is a great versatile designer series paper pack to be able to create lots of different varieties using this suite. So this is the design we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a couple different kind of sentiments and themes. But this one is sending a little luck your way, and I put the little clover in the bottom. And I honestly don't think this has to be a St. Patrick's Day card. You could really do this in any color and send it to somebody that needs a little bit of luck. And then this one, I used the Poppy Parade, and I did the cookies down at the bottom, and I just fussy cut those cookies out to put it on top of the jar. So I do have the white pieces in here. I haven't glued them in yet, and I probably should have did that before I went live, but I forgot till just now. So these are the 2 samples, and we hopefully will be able to make 2 more. So as you can see, I did not do any pinks in this one. I did Poppy Parade, and this one is Granny Apple Green. But we are going to do Melon Mambo and Azure Afternoon. So hopefully we get enough time to do all of this. So let's go over all of our pieces. So this is Melon Mambo. Hello, Mary. Welcome. This one is Melon Mambo. It is in our Bright collection. It is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. So we can take this and go ahead and fold it in half. Perfect. We have 2 pieces of our basic white. They're 4 by 5.25. One is going to go on the inside, and one is going to go on the outside for our designer series paper. We have 2 pieces. So I cut this. Let's see if I can find, I think the specific color is in the other room still, but this is the 6 by 6 square. My first cut was at 3 3/4 inch, so this leaves me a 2.25 inch by 6 inch strip, and then I cut it at 5 inches. So you're going to use 1 piece per card. But this you can use for your envelope, or this is what I did my stamping on for the jar. And you can pick which side you want. I'm going to be doing hearts, and I honestly think hearts would look pretty on that side too. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that side. And then I have a piece that is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that is just going to go on the top so we can do our stamping and the sentiments. So it's a very simple, duplicatable card, and that's what I like to do. So I'm going to start with the memento, and I am going to ink up the jar itself, and I'm going to stamp this on the opposite side of the side we're going to be using on our card base. So there's that, and while I have the memento out, I just have a scrap piece of Melon Mambo, and I'm just going to stamp the jar lid. So there is that. Let's punch this out. There we go. And then we can punch this piece out. Perfect. And now we have these 2 pieces. So you will need a piece of scrap paper, scrap basic white, and this is to do a little bit of our stamping for the butterflies, for the hearts. And I actually think I might need a little bit bigger of a piece. So let's see. Oh, I do. I have a piece of scrap right here. Okay, so first I am going to stamp the hearts. So I'm using Melon Mambo, and I'm going to stamp the hearts first. And I'm doing that full strength. So now I'm going to come in with the base of it, the body of it, and I'm going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to come in and line this up. There we go. Just like that. And we probably need that for the sentiment, but I'm going to go ahead and close this. So now you're going to need your paper snips. And I'm just going to rough cut around this so it's a little bit easier to fussy cut. And I realized, because I didn't prep this one, I realized that this scrap wasn't quite tall enough, so that's why I had to grab another piece. But it would have been perfect for doing the cookies or the other stamp on it. So I'm just going to fussy cut around the hearts. And I don't know if I should go in or if I should just go up and around. I don't know the best one. I probably picked the hardest one to demonstrate on a live without doing it ahead of time. But it's okay. Perfect is what we're going to make it. And honestly, I think I might trim out these hearts to make it look a little bit better. There we go. So I'm going to come in and trim these out. So I already fussy cut the cookies to do on the next card, so you guys won't have to watch me do this again. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to see about those other hearts first. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to work yet. So let's grab some adhesive and we're going to glue this down. There we go. And I kind of want to show you guys a little trick. So sometimes our mini dimensionals aren't quite small enough for our little tiny pieces. Sometimes you have to trim your mini dimensionals more to get it to fit. So I want to show you a little trick. So this is just the edges of the pack of dimensionals. So what I'm going to come in and do is I'm going to trim off the bottom edge, and it's going to come apart because you're cutting a really tiny piece, and it's totally okay. So now when I go to put this on, it is going to, oh, I did it backwards. It's going to be the perfect size. So don't stress about trimming the little mini dimensionals when you can just use the edge of, and it doesn't even have to be an empty pack. It could be a full pack and you're still using the edges. So that's just an extra little tip. So now I'm going to put a few dimensionals on here. I'm going to lay this right there. Let's glue these pieces together. I'm kind of going a little out of order than I usually do. But I think you guys are getting where I'm going with this. While that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece in so I don't forget. Perfect. Easy peasy. Let's glue this down. Now, I didn't add any gems or rhinestones or ribbon. I think you definitely could if you wanted to. I just kind of wanted to focus on the set itself without much extra. Okay, so there is that. Let's take our lid and we're going to put our lid right up top. And I think I'm just going to do one of these just because this one has the least amount that I have to trim off. But had I been thinking, I probably would have pre-cut these and put them all on. There we go. Let's grab a sentiment. I'm going to do happy birthday, and I'm going to do half and half. So the stamp that comes with it, the happy birthday, is all in one. So I'm going to ink up the happy, and I'm going to come in and stamp that. I'm going to wipe my ink off, and then I'm going to come in and ink up just the birthday. And then I'm going to stamp birthday. Hopefully that worked. Oh, it did. And I didn't get anything on there because I cleaned it off first. And in the stamp set, I actually do think there's a couple little individual hearts. And I have a handy block right here. And this one, I think I'm just going to sprinkle a few hearts. There we go. It is definitely easy. I kind of did make that one look a little bit harder than it needed to be, but it is fun and it's different, and that's what I like. So there we go. There is a fun Melon Mambo happy birthday. So we have the Poppy Parade happy birthday. We have a Melon Mambo with the hearts, and then Poppy Parade with the cookies. And then we have the Granny Apple Green with the little, not leprechauns. You know what I'm trying to say. 4-leaf clovers, or the clovers. So the next one I'm going to do is Azure Afternoon. So this one is going to be a little bit more masculine. So all of these measurements are still the same. Basic white, you need 2 pieces, one for the inside, one for the outside. I don't think I have any masculine birthdays coming up. All of my son-in-laws are done with birthdays until next year. Oh, Lucas. I did forget about Lucas. He's got a birthday coming up. So let's do a little bit of stamping. We're going to do the jar, and I'm actually going to do the tone on tone because this one is going to be a little bit more masculine. I don't want the flowers on the other side. So there is an exception to the rule. And then let's do the lid. And I think we're done with the black. Let's punch this out. Hello, Joan, welcome. And then let's punch this out as well. And you can make a mask for your punch. So you can stamp both of them in the memento and punch them out at the same time. And you can use this lid as well. Okay, so let me bring in my early espresso. I just want to show you how I am stamping this. And I have the cookies and the chocolate chips. So the first one I'm going to do is the cookie base. So I'm going to ink this up, and I want to stamp off once. This is early espresso. And then when I come in to stamp, it's going to be 1 shade lighter. And then I can grab the chocolate chips, ink that up, and I'm going to hover over, and voila, you have just made chocolate chip cookies. Super easy, but I went ahead and did that before the live and fussy cut it so you guys didn't have to sit and watch me. So add some adhesive. Put this right down at the bottom. Perfect. Let's flip that over and grab another little tiny strip. When I do my all of my fussy cutting for retreat or classes, I have, or my pillow gifts, this is what I do. It saves so much time not having to trim those mini dimensionals. Even though they're small, they're just sometimes not small enough for what we need. And then you can go in and still use the extra pieces. You just might need a couple extra because it is a little tiny. And that one is already off. Perfect. Actually, I think I'm going to do my sentiment first. That one kind of made my heart skip a couple beats because I wasn't sure it was going to go as I had planned, because I put the dimensional up prior. So again, I'm going to ink up happy. And I just want to set this here so I kind of know where to place it. So there's happy. And then let's ink up birthday. And now I can move it because it's going to stick to my block. Love it. Especially when it works, when it's supposed to. So now this can go right there. Let's glue this to our card base, and then we will add the little jar lid. Okay, I won't lie, that is pretty cute. I really like the Azure Afternoon. Definitely super cute. And I don't know if there's hearts. Let's see what other little pieces are in there, because I actually really did like the hearts to fill in a little bit of the basic whites. So let's see if there's anything besides hearts that we could use. So there's the little candle pieces. That actually might not be too tragic. Let's try it. Nobody knows exactly what it's supposed to look like, so we're just going to play with it. They kind of look like little raindrops. But you know what? It adds a little something to your card. One more, and then I'll be done, I promise. There we go. I actually think it looks really cute. And you could really probably even take the chocolate chips and go around it also. Maybe that would have been a little bit better, but who knows? It's okay, just play. That's exactly what all of this stuff is for, is to have fun and do something creative. So there we go. So here is our Azure Afternoon. Let's put the ink in front of it. So there's Azure Afternoon. Oh, I didn't bring that ink over, so that probably didn't work so well. And I didn't bring Poppy Parade. And then we have Melon Mambo. So the two that we did on the live, I have those inks. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This paper is absolutely gorgeous, and I love the new design that they've done with the 6x6 designer series paper to match all of the color families. It is very, very pretty. But stay tuned. If I can't post any LINKSs on Facebook, but I will post them on my YouTube. So if you're interested in the Christmas in July Designing Damsel kit, as soon as I get the email, I promise I will send it out via email first. So you do want to be on my email list if you want to get it first. Otherwise, I will post it on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I post my Facebook Live to YouTube. Anyway, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody again on Thursday. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.